So, I came in here because Miss Leppard said that I could do a science experiment.
Yay!
So you were right. It is going to be something fun, but I need to ask you a few questions. So she was telling me some of the things you've been talking about here lately, and so she told me you've been talking about matter. Is that true?
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about matter, Judah?
We've been learning about solids, liquids, and gas, and we've been learning about liquids. We've been learning about liquids usually.
Most of it's been liquids. So what is a gas? Camden, what's a gas?
Air or a heart.
Okay, yes. And so that's going to be something that's mostly in the air,
Yeah.
floating around. Can we see it all the time?
No.
Not always. So what about a
Well, you
liquid?
can
What's
feel
a liquid going to be like? Kyle.
It's kind of, It's just found out what they do.
It's kind of loosey-goosey, right?
Yeah.
Its volume stays the same, but what happens when I put it into a glass, Alexandria?
It changes shape.
It changes its shape, that's right. So if I move it from one glass to the other, it's going to take the shape of whatever it is in. But what about those sneaky solids? What about them? Caroline? They're hard, and it's difficult.
Like the table.
Like the table, that's right.
It's carpet.
And so it's difficult to get them to change, right?
Yes.
But is it impossible?
Yes.
All right, so that's what we're going to test this morning. So if I had a solid, what's something I could use to make it change? Kata, I could use heat. Did I give you a hint about that one?
Yes.
I could use some other stuff. What else could I use? Asher, what else could I possibly use to make a solid change?
Like one of those, like saw things.
If I used a saw and started chopping it up, yeah, for sure. What else, Alexandra? Ice would make the solid change?
No, it would melt.
Well, it would melt if I do something else to it, like heat, like Kata was saying. That's right. What about if I had something that was a solid and maybe I soaked it in water? Would it change maybe?
No.
Sometimes it will.
It would be soggy.
It might get soggy. That's exactly right.
Like a soggy waffle.
Have you ever had cereal and it was crunchy when you took it out of the box, but then it sat in your milk too long?
And it got soggy.
It got soggy. It was squishy.
Yeah,
And did you enjoy it?
No, I threw
Probably
it away.
not. Class.
Yes.
I have 3 solids in here with me today. So what is this? That is ice. And what is this? Butter. I've got one more.
Chocolate chips.
What are these?
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips. They're melting wafers is what they are. So let me ask you this question. If I heat these, what's going to happen to them? You think they're going to melt, okay? So, you think they'll turn into water?
No. Liquid.
Which one do you think might melt faster?
Ice.
Declan.
Ice.
Why do you think the ice is going to melt
Because
faster?
it's water, and if you put heat on it, it melts. And
Okay,
I
but what's going to happen to the melting wafers? They're made to melt.
Yeah, they're
Caroline, will they not melt as fast as my ice?
They melt like and they turn into water.
You think they're going to turn into water?
No.
I think the butter will melt first.
All right, so
You are exactly right.
do we want to test our theory?
Yeah!
So, you said that it's going to melt when I put it into the heat. Declan said the ice is going to melt the fastest. Do you agree?
Yeah!
No? What do you think, Camden?
I think butter.
You think the butter's going to melt the fastest? Because it melts in a pan real good one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, actually.
So, what is this?
A
A
timer.
timer. When I am a scientist, I need to have a handy dandy timer because what is it going to tell me? It's going to tell me the time. It's going to tell me how long something is going is what this one is going to measure. So I'm going to put them on the heat. Why am I going to do it and not let you do it?
Because it's hot.
Because it's very hot.
Burn our fingers.
And I don't want you to get burned. That's right. But, and when you are at home, that's fabulous. That is a great thing to learn. But today, I'm going to touch the hot things, and then we're going to put our timer on, and we're going to watch them on the screen. While we're watching, when you see which one is melted first, I need you to call out the name of that item, and then we're going to make a note of what time it was when it was completely melted, so we can keep going and see how long the others take. Are you ready, Freddie? So I measured them this morning, and each one of them is the same amount. It's 1/4 of a cup.
The ice is going to be a while.
You think the ice is going to take a while?
Yeah, I think the butter will
It
be
did
the
come out of
fastest.
the freezer. So there's our butter. What'd you hear?
It's melting already.
Okay, sit down so your friends can see. It's all on the screen for everybody.
Melted wafer. The butter's melting. The butter's melting fast.
What's happening to it?
It's melting. It's boiling.
It almost looks like it's boiling. Can you hear it or is it quiet?
I can hear it. Boiling.
Can
It's
hear
getting
it.
little.
Yay!
The butter's gonna win. The butter.
Butter.
The butter.
The
The
butter.
butter's already melting.
Okay, the ice. I'm voting ice.
No, I'm voting butter. I'm voting butter.
All right, friends, I need you to sit because what is that skillet?
It's on the screen, everybody.
That's right. You can see it there. My skillet is what?
Oh, it's so close.
Ice. Yes.
I'm on the. Don't get near the ice.
My friend, can you move back just a little bit? I can tell you're having a hard time keeping your bottom down.
Oh, the ice melts. Yeah, the ice
It is really close, isn't it?
I know.
There's about 3 more ice
How many
creams to
seconds
go.
has it been?
The chocolate. No, there's actually 47.
47. It's still counting, right?
Hey, the ice won. Ice won the first round, and I think the butter will win second, and the chocolate was first.
Yup.
So you think the ice is going to finish first?
Yeah.
And the butter's gonna go second, and then the
Ice.
wafers are gonna go.
All right. So we're sitting at, we've passed a minute. We're still melting. Does that ice have a little bit left to go?
Yeah.
How can you tell?
We can see it right there.
You can see it
It's a little
moving,
crumble.
can't you?
Yeah.
You can see that.
Oh,
little
it just
bit
has
moving.
like one more little tiny bit.
I think you're right,
I
Gina.
knew it was gonna be
It
ice.
says the Antarctica dying.
Sit, please, sit, please.
It's done. It's done.
You think it's done? I can still see a tiny bit. Hard ice. See it moving right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're almost to 2 minutes. Did you think it would take that long?
No.
I didn't either.
I didn't think it would take.
Is there butter still in there?
It is. It's still in there.
Still cooking.
Still cooking like
It
an
is.
omelet.
It's sizzling away. What about our chocolate over here?
Oh,
It's
it's
still
still
there.
melting.
It's melting, but is it melting fast or
No.
slow? So, our ice has no solids left in it. It is completely liquid.
I can
It
see
is
it moving.
2 minutes and
I can see it
15.
slowly moving in there.
Ice won.
2 minutes
Ice
and 15 seconds. Is this one finished?
No.
No. Is the chocolate finished?
No.
So we need to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second.
Camden, can you please come join us?
I wish we could get some really.
Can you sit on the bottom, please? All right. Are you watching?
Yeah.
There's not anything behind me that you can see that you can't see right here. I promise. I am not hiding anything from you.
What
The
about
ice is done. You are exactly right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and
Butter's
move it
next.
out
Butter's
of the
next.
way.
Butter's next. Butter's next.
butter? Chocolate. I think chocolate.
You think chocolate's going to beat the butter?
No.
Butter's definitely gonna win.
Yeah, so going like cookie crumble. When it used to like be.
Alexander, look, he can't get the cup.
Oh, is it getting hotter?
It's
No,
cracking.
it's the same. I was just making sure.
It's cracking the cup.
It's still sizzling in that butter. It's not cracking my cup. What makes you think it's cracking my cup?
Cracking cup.
It did crack a little bit. You're exactly right.
So both of them are gonna crack.
Well, at least it's not a big hole. Then it's not enough. Daniel is
You're
still
exactly
and
right.
everybody would be proud. Hopefully the butter doesn't crack. That's gonna be bad. The chocolate's
If
gonna
it
be
does,
bad.
it will be okay. Because
I did
my jar is a what?
Glass.
It's a glass, but what kind of
Solid,
matter is it?
solid.
It's a solid, and I applied heat to it. And what started happening?
It's melting.
It's starting to break down.
To liquid.
You know, if you got glass hot enough, if you put it in a really big fire, it would turn to liquid.
Or like-
Did you know
Or
that?
like
Yeah.
lava,
Yeah, it
like
would.
lava.
It does look like lava. That's a very good example, Jonathan.
The butter's gonna win. The butter's
Oh,
gonna
the butter is very close. We're sitting at 4.5 minutes. Yeah.
We've been sitting here for that much minutes. How?
We have. Does it feel like it's been that long?
What time is it? What time is it? I'm
So
hungry.
it is about 10 minutes till
I
9.
feel like we just sat down.
It does feel like we just sat down. But we've been watching this
The
for
whole
almost
reason-
5 minutes.
The whole reason why we feel like it's been so much is because we're having so much fun.
I'm glad. So let me ask you a question. Since you're all scientists in here, you've been learning about all these states of matter. So if I wanted this to melt a little bit faster, what do you think I could do
Turn
to
it
it?
up.
Asher, what could I do to it that might make it work faster?
You could put it in a machine or that has a lot of
Turn it up.
So if it put more heat to it and it got hotter, it would melt faster? I think you're probably right. Is there anything else I could do, Kyle?
You can turn up the heat.
If I turned up the heat on my skillet? Now my skillet's about as high as it will go.
Oh my gosh, the
The
butter.
butter's
butter is, it's just got one little piece down in there. Can you see that little piece?
Yeah.
So what did you see Miss Coleman just do to it?
Shake it.
I kind of shook it a little bit. When your mom's cooking and she wants something to cook fast, what does she do to it?
Shake it. Shake it
She
up.
might shake it. What else might she do to it?
It's gone.
Let's make sure it didn't sink to the bottom. It's a teeny tiny piece in the bottom.
You don't see it.
Cause it's at the bottom, bro.
Yep, I see it.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, I see it
It's
now.
there. We'll give it just a little bit more. We've hit 6.5 minutes.
How is that possible?
I know. And look,
It
what's
feels like we just
what's
ate
happening
it.
with our chocolate?
It's not melting much.
It's not melting much. You're right.
Give it a little stir.
That's the word I was looking for a while ago. Why would I stir it?
So it can make chocolate.
It would help it melt faster, wouldn't it? Because is the stuff on top going to be as hot as the stuff on the bottom?
No.
No, because the heat's coming from underneath, right? So what do you think about our butter, guys? I don't see a piece in there anymore. Is it melted?
Yeah.
Is it a liquid?
Yeah.
All right, it's been 7 minutes and 15 seconds. No. So we're still waiting on what?
Chocolate.
Is our chocolate still a solid?
Yeah.
Still looking pretty solid.
Shake it up.
I'm gonna move our butter.
It's cracked. Is it cracked?
No.
It looks like orange juice. You forgot to turn the timer on. Butter juice. Butter juice.
Butter juice, is that what we're gonna call it out?
Yeah.
Can I shake the chocolate?
Yeah.
All right. So, what did it do? Did it?
No.
Why didn't it shake?
Maybe
The butter was moving when I was shaking
Because
it.
it's all stuck together in a clump.
It's still thick and a clump, is it?
Yeah.
Is it anywhere close to being a liquid?
No.
It's not really close to being a liquid. You are correct.
Oh,
It's been over 8 minutes.
Speaking of that, I got those for my snack today.
You have chocolate chips in your snack?
Yeah.
speed it up a little bit. What could I do? Judah has his hand raised.
You could get like a spoon and
smash it.
And smash it and it'll melt faster.
All right, so let's see if we can take Judah's suggestion.
Is that a pencil?
Yeah. Pencil. Miss Coleman's going to use a pencil. She's
It's melting faster.
Hey, can I see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's melting. Dirty. It smells like poop. Why does it look like poop? Ew.
It looks like my butt when I don't want my butt.
all right. So did it turn into a liquid?
Yeah. No.
It's still really what?
Clumpy.
Still really comfy. That's exactly right.
It
You
just
should turn it up some more.
You think? Well, I've got the heat as high as it will go.
What is it on?
400.
Oh!
Right.
How is that not melting?
I'm not sure. So let's think about it. Let's use our observation skills. What are observations? What does it mean when I say let's do observations? What are we doing, Judah?
We're trying to find like some clues,
Right.
and then we mix all of our clues together.
Exactly. To
Mix it
find our.
Mix it and
Answer,
turn it up
right?
and turn it
Yeah.
down, and then it'll make a spinner.
You
room.
see
So-
too and put it in there.
Right. So
All
as,
of it.
while I'm observing this, I heard you say that it was still very clumpy. Is it a liquid?
No.
It is not a liquid at
Maybe
this
at the
point.
bottom, the chocolate lost.
Who you need?
Good morning, Miss
Good
Coleman.
morning. How are you, Miss
Oh,
Coleman?
good. I need Levi, please.
All right, Levi.
Bye,
Interesting.
This looks hot.
My favorite one
All
is
right.
butter.
Should I give it another stir? What do you think?
Yes.
All right. Let's see.
I hope it'll at least melt a little bit. I at least hope it'll turn into a liquid. Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? Sometimes when you do an experiment as a scientist, do things always turn out the way we think they're going to turn out? No. That's why you have to test it. You think if we turn the heat down?
I'm so hungry I can't even survive this whole thing.
Yeah, looking at this is.
All right. So Miss Coleman turned it down to 200. So what do you think will happen now?
It'll start getting back together.
You think will it go back into the chips?
No.
Probably not. Is it ever going to go back into that shape?
I mean,
Miss Coleman has changed it, but I could what?
you could just you could make more chocolate chips with just that.
You think?
Yeah, you could just make
If I,
stuff out of
how
it.
would I make that into a chocolate chip?
But
Asher.
you have to melt it and then it goes into a shape, something that
Put it-
put it in a shape and put it in
Asher's talking to me right now.
and put it in the freezer.
Starting to melt.
Wait a little bit and then it will.
I like what you said. So Asher said
Give it
I
like 2
could-
hours.
put this into something shaped like a chocolate chip.
Yeah, and then you can put it in the freezer to
And then put it in the freezer. Why would I put it in the freezer?
because it could melt.
Asher is who I'm asking right now. I'm glad you're excited.
Because the freezer is cold and it could
Can we get a snack?
It's very cold, and so it might make it hard again. So it's also going to change our liquid
Into
back
solid.
into a solid.
Wait, what?
Maybe that's the experiment we need to do next.
Yeah.
Hey, can you check what time it is? Because it might be close to.
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's close to 9:40 because
It's not close to 9:40. What are we doing at 9:40?
at 9:40 we get our snack.
Oh, tummy grumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Maybe do a
I'm so
phonics
hungry
test.
I might die.
No, we aren't doing a phonics.
All right, it is getting a little squishy.
Okay.
How many minutes has it been?
So it has been 13 minutes. Did you think it would take this long?
No.
I'm getting
No.
You're getting
I'm
sweet.
getting hungry.
Do you think it'll be tomorrow before we get it into a liquid?
Yes. It actually kind of feels like it.
You think it feels like it's gonna take until tomorrow?
Yeah.
How about we just put it in a freezer and see how hard it's up?
Well, you know what? We could do that when we get finished, for sure.
And then when we
Look at it. So what does it look like?
Liquid.
You think it looks like food? But can you see how shiny and squishy looking it is? Why do you think it looks shiny like that?
Because it's getting into the liquid.
Right, it's the wet part of it that's making it look shiny. Now, I can't scoop it up with a spoon or anything yet, can I? And get it to just drip off my spoon.
You can put it
have to
outside.
do
It's outside. It's
Man, mine. That
You think it was very
that
cold
chocolate
outside?
is mine.
It's cold.
Yes,
Oh, I
Tina.
bet that could harden it
Tina
up.
is who I called on, please, friend.
Cookies, sausage,
Right?
I got pop.
That does happen sometimes. That's why Miss Coleman was being so careful with the skillet, right?
Hey, I'm smelling something. Wait, what did you get?
You're probably smelling Miss Amanda cooking our lunch.
What
What you think?
No, it's not chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oh, I got pop.
It would have a little bit of a smell. You're exactly right.
Okay,
So my chocolate has melted a pretty good bit, but do we think it's going to go all the way to a liquid? If I wanted to turn it into a liquid, what else maybe could I do to it that might help it get watery like we're wanting? Kaya.
I smell that chocolate. It smells like chocolate Pop Tarts. Smells like chocolate Pop Tarts.
And then, what did Miss Coleman ask you?
And then you can put it in the microwave.
Why does it smell
If I put it in the microwave, so
oven.
keep adding more heat to it. Is there anything else I could do there, Alexander?
Put hot water.
If maybe I added a little bit of water to it, it might thin it out. That might be a good option.
Good thing we got ice that turns into water.
You could try it because you have to.
You want me to try it with the water that we have and see what will happen?
Wait, is it hot?
It's a little warm, but not hot anymore. So let's see what will happen to it.
What?
I threw our only
It's
hole.
started
I
melting.
just put a teeny bit.
It's melting.
Smell Pop Tarts.
liquid.
Mixed with water.
It sounds like
Need to see. Oh.
So what happened to it?
It's a liquid. It's a liquid now. It looks like
Now put them all together and see what it makes.
Wait, put all the water and the butter mix with the chocolate, and let's see what it would be.
All right, so listen to me.
I put chocolate in it.
Class.
Yes.
Can you sit on your bottoms, please?
Yes.
So we've got 16 minutes and 27 seconds.
Oh
my goodness.
I know. Is that a really long time?
Yes.
It was a really long time.
I feel like
It made me almost fall asleep.
What
all together.
So look at our chocolate now.
Oh,
It turned into a liquid.
Now add melted chocolate.
It is melted chocolate. That's exactly right. So now I've taken those things off of the heat. What do you think is going to happen to my new liquids that I have made?
Back to a solid.
You think they're all going to turn back into a solid?
Not the butter.
You don't think the butter will turn back into a solid?
No, I think.
What about the ice?
No.
Yes. Could you put
If I leave it sitting right there, is it going to turn back into ice?
Put it in the fridge or the freezer.
I would have to put it back in the freezer. And so what does that do to the temperature?
Make it frozen.
Because this made it what? My skillet made it very hot. So the freezer's going to make it very cold. Yes, Tina.
So, we have these little ice cube thingies.
Yeah.
That me and Mama and the kid and Mama,
Mm-hmm.
we poured water in them so it turned into ice.
Excellent.
Oh, you mean
Cool.
those ice cream things that you have?
Ice trays.
Ice trays, but what? Can we just put water in an ice tray and it turn into ice?
No, you gotta freeze it.
You have to freeze it so that you have to change the temperature. Very good, Jonathan. You are fabulous scientist. Yes, ma'am.
I know how to make a popsicle.
How?
You just have to put, you just have to get a cup and then put a stick in it,
Mhm.
and then put orange juice, and then put it in the freezer.
So is orange juice a solid, a gas, or a liquid? It's a liquid. When you put it in the freezer, is it a solid, gas, or liquid? Solid. Let me ask you a trick question and see, with all the things we've seen today and all the things that we've talked about, what if I took my ice that I have now turned into water and I decided I wanted to make it a gas? Would there be a way for me to do that?
Yes.
How, Asher?
You put it on a wheel hot oven or something, and then it's like boiling.
And they'll turn to air.
Boiling, and then it like smokes up in the air.
I love it. You take that water and you put it on an eye and it starts to boil and looks like smoke. What do we call that smoke?
Wait, can we put the butter on there?
Gas. We call it gas.
Not right now, please. We
And then
call
the
that a gas. What else could we call it? When you see water boiling, like sit on your bottom.
Did you turn it up all the way?
I did. If you look,
I see it boiling right there.
staying on your bottom, you see that starting to boil. But if you look at my pan, you'll start seeing a little something rise. I saw a little wisp while ago.
It's
Do you
smoking,
see it?
it's smoking, smoking.
When it's water, do we call it smoke?
Yeah.
We call it steam.
Good, Kata. We call it steam. But we've now turned my water that used to be ice and was solid into a liquid, which was water, and now we're turning it into a what? We're turning it into a gas. Exactly. And Asher told us all how to do that. That's awesome.
Wow, it's boiling really well.
So
what would happen if I left that water there and let it keep boiling? Tanner.
And it would like blow up to boil.
It would just keep turning into steam. What's going to happen to my water in the pan?
Oh, it's up here.
We're going to wait and find out what's going to happen to it. Does it look like it is as much water as I started with?
No.
It has gotten smaller or larger?
Smaller.
Looks like it has definitely
It
gotten
has shrunk.
smaller.
It's shrink. What is your littlest number on here?
200. Yeah. So, tell everybody. It's the water boiling.
And the water in there.
Sizzling. Say that word, sizzling. That's that sound that we're hearing. It's that water boiling. And we see it better looking at the pan than we do on the TV. Do you see more steam than we started with?
Yeah.
Most definitely. Do you think it's turning into steam faster or slower?
Faster.
Faster. Yes, Judy.
Can we get a snack?
We're going to do that in just a second. I want everybody to freeze. 'Cause
I wish you were.
safety first. What does Miss Coleman need to do to that pan before anybody starts
I'll
moving?
turn it off.
I need to turn it off. That's
Cause
exactly
we
right.
could, trip in our, and we can land in our heads or anything.
That's right. That's a good answer. Safety first, right?
Always safety.
They can turn our heads off.
Safety first.